He starts to the top left and he's a little bit crazy. We all knew it. He has those sick twitches, but apparently he has a pretty interesting idea for this map. One of the few Zergs who would pick Entombed Valley against the Protoss. He's starting for LGIM. It is...
LGIM Lucira!
LGIM Lucira.
Cool angle. He was the Code A champion of March, defeating Oz 4-0, and was July's Code S runner-up, losing to his teammate, in fact, 4-0. Nesty beat him that season.
The bottom left of the map starts his opponent. He was able to defeat two LGIM players so far. First and Yoda, now he's up against the Zerg. It is...
StarTale!
And I'm sorry, I have to correct myself. That was not the season against Oz. Curious beat Oz 4-0 in a different Code A season. I get the Zerg Protoss mixed up there sometimes, but we are going to see a normal opening here from Lucira, at least as far as his pool timing goes.
And Parting, he's known for his Immortal All-Ins. He's known for sick timings. He's known for this matchup. Just going down the list of games that he played against Zerg recently. He won against Shine in the up and downs with the 1-0. He was able to take down his own teammate, Curious, at the WC Asia finals. He also won against Roro without dropping a map. Defeated Curious again. Defeated DRG in the GSTL. Took down Sniper. And he won against Jan at the WCG Korea qualifier. This guy is killing Zerg left and right. He has a sick ratio against Zerg, 60% win ratio. Lucira, on the other hand, he struggles against Protoss. At least in the recent past, he was not able to get into Code A because he lost to Inori at the Code A qualifier. And now he's the player that LGM sends out against Parting. He chooses Entombed Valley, a map where Protoss is historically strong. So this is going to be such an interesting game. Lucira definitely has a strategy here. He has an idea of what to do, what to play. He must be very, very confident.
Yeah, and this is going to be a feeling where if Parting has thought about this scenario specifically, the map is one thing, but just after knowing how good he is against Zerg and to have like a Zerg player pick a Protoss map against him, he must be feeling like something weird is going to go down here. This is not going to be a normal game. I am going to play so safe. He gets his cannon right away. No hesitations there. And he's going to, of course, just want to play this, follow this up safely. He may do one of his timing attacks, but getting to that point is going to be one where he scouts quite heavily. He's going to send a probe out now. As soon as he makes his core, it looks like, to go check that third base. Actually, he still has that first probe out, and the Lings are checking for it as he takes his third hatchery. So he's not going to be able to see the probe come in there to verify.
Also, one of the things that you have to keep in mind is if Lucira loses, then there are only two players left for LGIM. I think we can agree that one of them has to be C.
Yeah.
So
I think the other one would have to be Younghwa.
Yeah, Younghwa, but that's
only Protoss.
That's two Protoss players, and you still have MC on the bench, which is also a Protoss. You have Happy, of course, a strong Terran player, but this kind of limits their options a little bit, I feel. So this is very, very tricky. I still can't believe that he picked this map, but I want to see what his idea is. Currently, as you already said, he's playing it pretty straight up. He has the third base now coming up, whereas Parting has a normal wall with his usual cybernetics core being a part of it. So what's Parting going to do? Will we see Parting with 3 bases going for this 11-gate aggression where you start with a lot of Link Stalkers and put pressure onto your opponent with gateways? Will he go for an Immortal push, which you usually don't see that often on this map in particular? Or just this late-game scenario on 3 bases, pushing into the 4th base, taking it, and then trying to go for the mothership composition later on?
That's a good question. There's the Robo, the 4+1. Takes the 3rd gas. I think we're going to see a 3rd base out of him. Still hasn't started +1 at his Forge. It's going to be fairly soon, regardless of what his plan is. That tree moves?
Who moves?
The tree? Does that tree move? I swear I saw that tree move.
Wolf. No drinking before we cast. Told you.
I'm telling you, man, I saw that tree move.
Yeah, of course.
I'm so serious. There's the +1 coming down. And
did the tree also wink at you?
No winking.
No winking?
Just moving like there was a breeze on Entombed Valley. He's getting the Immortal first and chrono boosting it. He's not chrono boosting +1.
And he's getting the 2 gates right now. He did not build the gates as a wall at his potential 3rd.
If he makes the pylon next to those gates, on the high ground, that's going to indicate he's going to do the push. He has not touched his rocks either. It's starting to look more and more like it's just going to be that Immortal push. No touching of those rocks, even with the Immortal out right now.
Which is kind of funny. If it would really be the Immortal push, that would be so funny, just because most players on this map really try to get this third base, because it's so easy for Protoss. But Parting, as mentioned earlier, he's about the Immortal push all the way. He knows how to do it. There come the additional gates, 5 gates in, well, 6 gates actually in total. And we have now the Roach Warden, very, very late for Lucira.
Yeah, almost at 8 minutes. And we're going to see that wall in the main base, very likely with the probe. He decides not to. Normally you see a Protoss player wall that. There it is. He's doing it. Now he's going to have a double wall set up just in case. And he's waiting for the third Immortal before moving out. This is very tricky. He's done a great job denying the scouting overlords from seeing what he's doing. The only thing that Lucira knows is that there's no third base. But he does not know, of course, that this push is coming. He doesn't know he's waiting for 3. Another sentry gets warped in. That puts him up to 7 sentries right now. +1 is done. He's moving out.
It is the Immortal push. He moves out before 9 minutes. This is such a strong timing.
The last sentry is getting out. Lucira knows he's put up a bunch of spine crawlers. Warp Prism is now being rallied across the map.
He has the pilots now. He closes the wall. And there comes the push. The Warp Prism is on its way. Lair is not done. The Roaches will not have speed. He's just building the first few. He's getting spine crawlers, quite a lot of them.
As soon as he sees these spine crawlers, he's going to want to attack the third base, because the spine crawlers here are going to be really hard to break up against.
And you know, if you play Parting, you know that this is a high, that there's a high possibility that you're going to face an Immortal push. Yep. With only one cannon, these Zerglings really doing a lot of... It's getting in! He's not force fielding! Parting, what are you doing?
He's focused over here on the Warp Prism attack, where Lucira may actually end up holding.
Oh wow, so many probes are already dying, and now suddenly Parting finds himself in a very awkward spot. He's 20 supply down already, and with all those spine crawlers done, well, Lucira is in a great position here.
Yep, it's not over yet, but he's got, like you said, a great position. He's repositioning one of those spine crawlers as we speak here. The Immortals are really doing a ton of damage, and if he can keep those Lings out, he might still have a chance here. It's not going to be easy. He has just a few forces, but he doesn't use them. He doesn't hit them, and now the Lings are attacking the Immortals.
The sentries are dying, the Zerglings are gone, the Roaches are evaporating, and all the drones come in to take the game. But now suddenly Lucira is dropping in supply. Most of the Zerglings at the Natural of Parting are already killed. And we still have 3 Immortals in the picture. The Warp Prison warps in round after round. Parting might run out of steam after killing the third base, but still this game could go either way.
Yeah, and Roach Speed is getting close to being done. +1 Carapace is done here as well. And I don't think he's going to actually push this through to the Natural. I think he may just pack up and go home at this point now. Attacking into the spine crawlers could work with 3 Immortals still, but I'm not sure either. You know, I don't know what he's going to do.
I think he has to. He lost too many probes. He's down to 30 against 38, and he's going in. He's setting the force fields. He's killing the first few spine crawlers. Roaches are appearing from everywhere.
One Immortal did die there, but the 2 that are left may be enough. Roach Speed is still not done, and these Roaches are rallying into their death right now.
He can block the ramp now, Wolf. He can force field the ramp. The Lings are streaming in at the Natural of Parting again, but there's no probes left. He's only mining from his main base. And yes, he might even be able to take the Cybernetics cut down, but is this going to be enough? It looks like he's going to lose his third base. He should just force field the ramp too. Yeah. Too many Roaches are streaming down this ramp, but he's killing everything. Now the supply is so hard in favor of Parting.
Yeah, this game I think is over. There's not enough production here. He's got 14 Lings on the way. They're not going to be enough.
Immortal push all the way, brother.
Yeah, I guess so. And there's only 3 Roaches left there on the low ground with a few Lings, but he's not going to be able to get up into the main base, whereas Parting can get into his main base so easily.
There's a cannon, there are sentries that protect the main base of Parting. The Zerglings, they come out, all of them are dying. The Zealots are too strong, and the backup with all those sentries is just too tough. He kills everything here. Every single Zergling is gone. Now finally the force field on the ramp trapping him, and now the drones are going to die. This game is over. Lucira looked for a second like he could win, but he loses the game. GG.
And this is Hirai's gamble, man. He puts Lucira out on Entombali, and sometimes when you gamble, you lose.
And that's what happened.
That's what happened, and he had a late Roach Warren against a player who has dominated Zergs with this Immortal push all over the world, man. There's like, he actually has a map at home.
Yeah.
He has a map at home. He colors it every country red after he kills a Zerg player in that country. He's got a red map.
It's like he walks back to the bench and he's too easy, son.
He's got a picture of every Zerg player in the world on his wall, and when he takes a Zerg out, he just puts a big red X on it, and then pours Red Bull on it, and he's like, all right, Lucira's done. He's like, I beat Lucira now with the Immortal push. He's like, I guess next time I gotta get an ST.
And you know, now we... No. StarTale is buying pizza. Seed and parting. He gives the Jam coach a pizza. Why don't I get a pizza? It's always the same thing.
Well,
every single time, Wolf.
Don't worry, we can get pizza after if you like.
I don't feel appreciated. I want to have a pizza now.
Well, you can just be a little bit patient. You might get one.
Party is today in a funny mood, by the way.
Yeah,
he really is, isn't he?
He's acting like he's on the IM coach's team, but that's not actually
exactly. He always wants to sit down on the other bench. I think you might have a player transfer coming up pretty soon. Only that Hero doesn't look too amused, so
no. Yeah,
maybe not.
They took a really big risk, and you know his talking to Seed there kind of indicates he's just like, well, Seed, come on out. I want to face you. And we talked about it before. There's 2 players left. Who are they going to be? Are we going to have 2 Processes?
Yeah.
Is MC going to come out? No, I don't think so.
Youngwa is sitting down in the booth. I told you from the start.
Yeah.
Youngwa wants to be first. He wants those 15 wins. But so far, we haven't seen him today. The problem is really... You have so many players, but who do you choose? And there are so many Terran players on the bench for StarTale, which is a problem later on. Lucira would have been a great choice to take down Bomber, Hack.
It is MC! Oh, MC! I cannot believe it.
I did not expect MC.
Neither did I. He has not looked so good in the GSL booth recently. He took a 3rd place at OSL, but in GSL and in GSTL, he has not been a top contender as of late. He wasn't even able to get out of his group.
Exactly, he didn't get into Code S. He is in Code A. And, well, looking at it, he won against Sparta and against Hard yesterday. He lost to Happy and Terminator. So against Terrans, he did really well. Against the only Protoss that he faced, he lost.
MC is a player who is really good at playing in matches he did not prepare well for, or did not have time to prepare for. That's why he does well in open brackets at overseas tournaments. He does decently well in Team League when he plays. You can see he's got a 1.0 win rate there. So we'll see what he's going to do here, because MC is one of the players I feel who might have the longevity to be able to play through multiple players that he hasn't necessarily prepared for from the StarTale bench. But he's going to have to beat Parting first, and before he can even start to play against somebody else that he doesn't know who it's going to be, he's got to beat this player who's on a roll right now with 3 wins.
Yeah, before we are heading into the next mirror match, we are having a 5-minute break though, and then we are back with Parting up against MC. StarTale is in the lead with 3-0 against LGIM. We're gonna see in just a few minutes if MC can change things up a little bit. Guys, see you soon.